Good afternoon. Hope you guys are great. Obviously glad to be here after getting a win Saturday. Us as a football team, we felt like we had to dig deep and find a way to get a W. Proud of how the defensive guys finished the game and gave the Gamecocks an opportunity to run the clock out and get the W. It was awesome. So proud of how our guys played mature towards the end. They really, I mean, they brought it up themselves and said, let's go finish it. Let's make sure we find a way to get it done. Super proud of them. Any questions?
Clayton, you've had DQ for 3 years. He's played a lot of football. Had a rough game Saturday. How was the conversation between you and him after that game this week? I mean, do you have to talk up a veteran like that after he has a bad game?
To me, DQ had a bad couple plays. We always try to make sure we talk about bad plays. Just like saying, you have a bad morning, it don't mean you're going to have a bad day in life. So he had a bad couple plays. That's not how we talk. Two plays don't make it a bad game. So he played well on the other plays. So his process of readiness for that game was on point. But we also try to speak in different terms. But we definitely want to keep his confidence up, want to keep him going. He's one of our best football players by far. He'll be ready to go this week.
On the OD Fortune pick, what did you see on that play, and just how good did it feel to see how instinctive he was, kind of coming off the edge of the sideline there?
The hitch, yep. Turnovers. One of our main themes on this defense is called put the ball down, PTBD. Whenever I'm doing my opening statements to the football team, I say, we don't care where the ball's put down. If it's on the 1, the 25, the 50, the 25, the plus 10 going in, we want to put the ball down. We want to go put fires out. We like firefighters. You never know when the alarm bell's going to ring. You have to slide down the pole and go get it. So I was proud of just the poise from the sideline. We all came together, say, all right, calm down. Obviously, there's frustration, but we got to put the ball down, put fires out. That's what we do. But I was very proud of OD. It's one of those things where when you end the football game changes from the 12-yard line in the end for us on defense, and the ball was on the 10, I think. And, that happens. What he did happens once every fall camp, once every spring. You'll normally say don't fall off on that because they're in the red zone. But they ran the route kind of low. Nick Ward did a great job of playing tight coverage on the guy to make the guy cut the 7 cut short. So that gave OD a chance because obviously in the red zone they can't run a 25-yard route. So I thought Nick did a great job as well of slicing that guy, as we call it, so OD can fall off. And the quarterback threw it low.
Between Kyle and Dylan and their individual performances, is that what you guys expected from them? I know it's only one game and there'll be plenty tougher ones ahead, but is that what y'all thought?
To me, as a football coach, obviously you're excited when that kind of production is on your team and the way they played on Saturday. But I'm also excited about we was more excited about their process of getting ready for the football game and how they approach the week. Regardless who you're playing, we always try to say we're playing nameless, faceless opponents. Regardless who you're playing, you got to approach the game every single way. You got to stay hungry. You have to stay. You're never satisfied. We want more. You know what I'm saying? But definitely impressive how they've done. I've seen those guys pass rush for 6 months. I've seen those moves. I've seen those guys get to those launch points, but it was nice to see it in the game and showcase to our folks.
Shane was talking about the 2 explosive plays, kind of the only mishaps for the defense, or the biggest ones from your perspective. What did you see on those 2 plays?
Yeah, 2 plays that if you keep saying ifs and all that stuff, ifs and buts, all that stuff. I wish, all those things, but yeah, it was two mistakes that's inexcusable, and me as the coordinator, I got to do a better job of making sure those things don't happen by repping them and putting our guys in position because obviously the game could have went either way. I mean, you guys were there, I hope. The game can be either way, right? So it could have went either way, and those mistakes would have been part of the loss. But now we have to live and learn from them, and obviously the first one was we weren't ready to play. And like I said, I got to find a way to make sure I get that call in, no matter how fast they're going. And then the second one was just a mistake. And obviously we can get him down for 25. You don't like guys running through the middle of your defense for a 36-yard touchdown. But they happened game 1. Let's make sure we knock them out game 2 through whatever.
Going back to Dylan for a second, what is it like when he's coming off the edge and you see just how quick and tenacious he is? And has he ever reminded you of anyone that you've ever coached or maybe played against that he just reminds you of how he plays?
Yes, obviously different players have all types of traits and attributes where they showcase their skill set. So obviously, he's not a big Bradley Chubb. I coached Bradley Chubb at NC State. Bradley Chubb is a bigger kind of Cal Kenora kind of body. He's the guy that I've coached the most that's similar to Dylan, not as tall as Dylan, was D'Angelo Malone from Western Kentucky. I think he was a 2-time Conference USA Player of the Year one time when I was there for sure. He's with the Falcons now. That's the closest that I've been to that I've coached. I've seen other guys, on TV. But as far as being on the defensive side that I've been coordinating, that's the first one for sure.
Defenses are obviously going to have film on Dylan and Kyle going forward. Is there different things that you're going to have to do to scheme them to make sure they're successful, or do you just trust that, hey, put the ball down and those guys are going to win their matchups?
It's obviously a little bit of both. Obviously, every play, there's never such thing as a perfect call in regards of trying to, I can't design the entire defense around one or two individuals. Defense is a team sport. So obviously we have to match what the offense is doing, and then we have to go from there. We know tendencies. Everybody, you can only remember but so many during a week, but that's our job as coaches to make sure we put our guys in the best chance scenario to showcase their skill set.
Going off of that, from our perspective, it seems like Dylan's a little quieter. Kyle's a bit more talkative, at least more comfortable with the media. And obviously, he's older and Dylan's a true freshman. From your perspective, what's their relationship like?
You know what? We had a team meeting earlier this spring, and Kyle basically talked to Dylan in front of the whole team. It was more like a open forum type of a meeting. Let's talk as a football team. And Kyle kind of was like, hey, man, basically, we wish we had the skill set that you have, but keep grinding. I'm pretty sure that meant a lot to Dylan. Just coming from an older guy as a freshman, just keep working hard. You have a chance to be great. Just keep doing the little things. Those little things will pile up, and all of a sudden, that's the best way to maximize your potential is to keep doing that stuff over and over again for years after time, and the best will come out of him.
I think it's kind of hard for me to keep up with Kentucky's offensive coordinator. It seems like it changes every year. How does this current scheme system compare to what you guys have seen here in the past?
In regards of Kentucky, it's a little different, but we've seen this scheme before. Obviously, like I said, I love doing a nice investigation on a new coach, seeing where he's been, who he knows, and this is my 22nd year of coaching, 21st in college, so I know a lot of guys. So just trying to get a good feel for the background and just get a good feel for the style of play and those kind of things. But it's similar to other offenses we play. It's very similar to Kentucky last week in regards to just the style and just the way they play and the mindset. But it is frustrating always, especially in the early game in the season. It's really hard. You have to go back and watch teams, games where the coaches were previously at from 2 and 3 years ago.
It seemed like y'all rotated defensively a fair amount, especially up front. Mm-hmm. I think Shane said he wanted maybe to rotate a little bit more. Were you happy with the rotation, or do you want to get a few more guys in for a few more snaps? And if so, where? I
got you. So it's really up front is where most of our depth at between linebacker and front the edge group and the defensive tackle group. You definitely want to make sure your guys are fresh. It was a very humid day in Columbia on Saturday, so you want to make sure that you are rotating your guys and giving them the best chance to showcase their skills and so they're not tired. You don't want guys playing tired. So to me, I think a couple more linebackers can play more, and I want to say 1 or 2 more defensive ends, edge guys. Any more questions, Coach? Thank you. Thank you, guys.